Alright, good morning guys. I gotta make this quick because I'm running late, but today is my first day of field experience. I'm in a 3rd grade class, and I have pants that don't fit. So it's 7:46 and I'm headed to the school. Alright, so first day of field experience done. It went okay. I made it back on campus just barely in time for my class. So I have to go run to that. The teacher's nice. I'm currently in pants that don't fit, so that's fun. I have to go buy pants today. But yeah, so I don't go back till Wednesday. Hello! I know it's a bad angle, but this is the best I can do. I am currently driving to work. I'm leaving a little late. I'm leaving exactly on time, which spells trouble. But I'm leaving kind of early. I'm leaving, it's 3:30 right now. Yeah, I shouldn't run into much traffic because it's 3:30 on a Monday, so people are still at work. My work is about 30 minutes away, and I have to be there at 4. I wasn't scheduled though today. I've just had so much going on. I literally have been in a rush everywhere I've been. This is the first time I'm getting to update the vlog today because it's just been so hectic. So yeah, bright and early, 7:40 in the morning, I got in the car and drove to a school that I really wanted to do a test run for driving to that school before my first day of field experience, but I didn't. So that was fun, just trying to not only work with the parents that were dropping their kids off, but it's a really weird school. Like, it's on a huge plot of land, like super far back from the road, so that was just kind of surprising. It's not a super old school. The plaque on the school said like 91, so it's not super old. It's normal. Went in, checked in, gave them ID, got my visitor's pass. I walked up to the front window and she's like, oh, okay, come around. And so we came around and she's like, no, like inside the office. And I'm like, okay. So I went in and she was dealing with us, also dealing with students. Sorry, this is a really bumpy road. It might get loud. The other school that I went to, they have to buzz you in, and they have to get a student to let you in because there's different hallways, and they're separated by an outdoor corridor. And so the other school I'm at, it's like that. And so they always ask you where you're going and they tell you where it is. They didn't tell us where this was. And I'm like, okay, let's just wander. Because my friend was in a 2nd grade classroom. I was in a 3rd grade. And so luckily we were walking around. And then this, I'm assuming she was like a custodian. She's like, do you guys need help? And we're like, yeah. And so she led my friend to her class. And I'm like, okay, well, what about my teacher? And led me to my teacher, and I'm like, okay, cool. And I feel so awkward going in other people's classrooms, but I knocked on the door and she answered, and she recognized who I was right away. She's like, are you the student? I'm like, yes. Whereas last year I had to introduce myself to the teacher. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm this. She's like, oh yeah, she totally forgot. She totally forgot I was coming that day too, but this one had it on point. Started the day with they get breakfast at the beginning of the day, and so she was doing a read aloud, which I thought was cool to since probably not enough time in the day to do a read aloud, so just do it while they're reading. And so she's reading The Magic Tree House, which I always feel is a really good 3rd grade chapter book. Then she went on to daily things, so lunch count and homework, passing out homework because it's Monday and things like that. And then they went on to their reading lesson where they read a passage from their textbook and worked on answering questions about the text and things like that. 3rd graders, it's their first year taking the state test in Texas. She's having to teach them kind of how to do the state test. Last year I was in 4th grade and it's their 2nd year taking the state test. So they kind of know the drill pretty much, but 3rd graders, it's totally new to them. So she has to completely teach them all these strategies and things like that. So that's what she was doing. Went out to recess, and then she introduced me to her team, and then we came back in and she did a spelling lesson with them. They're going over long and short vowels. She said it was kind of a review for them. And then also during reading before recess, she sat down with me and kind of went over some of her data that she has and just kind of told me how she does things and things like that. So it was a nice little introduction to her classroom. She seems really nice. She seemed really nice over email. She's even nicer in person. I haven't had a bad experience yet. My teacher last year was nice too. They started on writing, where they were talking about response to text. And she used me as an example, and she's like, when you're in school or when you're in college, like, pointed to me, and I'm like, yeah. And she uses my last name, which is interesting because my teacher last year couldn't say my last name, so she said my first name. And she's like, let's ask Tiffany over here, but use my last name. She's like, do you have to respond to text in your classroom? And I'm like, yeah. And I just kept like saying yeah, because I do. And then I left in the middle of her lesson. I was only there from 8 to 10, and she was only going to be teaching for about 20 more minutes anyway, and then they had to go to specials, I believe. It was a good day. When I was leaving, I was like, oh, I hope I'm going the right way, and I think I kind of saw the exit. I'm like, okay, we'll go out that way. But, yeah, so it's a very confusing school, and even, like, the custodian that helped us admitted it. She's like, yeah, your first time, you can get lost here. Like, it's a weird school. I go back Wednesday, same time, 8 to 10, and then I'm supposed to be going on Fridays, 1 to 3, but they don't have school this Friday. They have, like, some kind of fair thing. Monday's Columbus Day, they don't have school either. It's parent-teacher conferences, and it works out because my teacher wasn't going to be here anyway. So I don't go Monday either, and then I go Wednesday, and then I don't go the following Friday because I'm on break and I'm at home, and I've organized it to where I can go home Friday, and not have to come back here, make the hour-and-a-half drive here to do the field experience hours for the rest of the semester. They don't have any more breaks. I don't have any more breaks. And so we're in it for the long haul. I'm there 6 hours a week. So on Fridays, I get to see math, science, social studies, which will be fun. Because last year I had a departmentalized teacher, and so I only saw English. She was supposed to teach social studies, but they were just gearing up for the writing state test. And so she was just pushing writing really hard because it was like almost time for the test. It was like a month or two out pretty much when I was there. So yeah, it's definitely a different environment in the fall because the state test isn't until like late March, early April, sometimes even late April. So they don't have to like be hardcore preparing. They just kind of have to like set up the scene for the state test. But yeah, and so then I came back to campus and I went to class, and I was there a little late because I like couldn't find a parking spot. I wanted to just park close to the building. I changed into my gym / all day clothes. When I'm at the gym, I just kind of use the bike, and I don't really, because I don't want to have to change clothes, so I try not to get all like sweaty and nasty. And so really I just like get on the bike for a good 25-30 minutes, and then I am good to go. I can wear those clothes all day pretty much. I was just in leggings and a t-shirt, and so changed into those clothes, out of my teacher clothes, which the pants were, again, did not fit, were extremely uncomfortable. They fit just enough so that I could wear them. I would have had to wear jeans on my first day, and I mean, all the teachers are wearing jeans today. Don't know if I have permission to wear jeans, so I don't wear jeans. Yeah, that's my only choice. That's all I have, except for like leggings and shorts. So jeans would have had to been it, but luckily those pants fit just enough. And I went to the gym, and then I went to lunch, spent way too long there, and then went shopping for groceries, because I desperately needed groceries, mainly milk. That's what I needed mainly, because I drink like a meal replacement shake for breakfast, and that requires milk, and I use like 16 ounces a day. So yeah, needed to go to the store, spent way too long at the store. Honestly, got out of there not spending much as I thought I would. I haven't bought like cookware and stuff yet, like, you know, pots, pans, things like that. So I bought those today because finally bit the bullet and bought it, and that along with my food was only like $90. So if you live in Texas, dude, go to H-E-B. It's so cheap, and I had like 2 coupons, so I saved like $2. I had to go to Walmart, and I had to get some things. that HEB does not sell. And I also had to buy new pants. And I went home and I quickly unloaded the cold things into the fridge, which I'm hoping I got them all. And then I quickly heated up some pizza that I had yesterday and heated up some Texas Roadhouse rolls, and I scarfed those down and I got ready for work and I went. So it is Tuesday, October 8th, and it is 10:59 p.m. and this is literally the first time that I am updating today. Today has been the worst day in a long time. It's fall. Cold front just hit Monday, so we're down in the 70s and the 80s right now. Cold front also means crickets. I have a severe phobia of bugs, and I've had to take tremendous strides in that phobia living in this apartment that was built in the 70s, so it's very prone to bugs. I had a roach problem when I moved in. Not a problem, but they did a pest spray, and it brought all the... Sorry, I keep hearing noises. It brought all the cockroaches out. But they were all dead when I came in. I have not found a single... Knock on wood. These are real wood walls, so... I've not found a single cockroach alive. I have found dead roaches. I also have been spraying with Hot Shot and Raid, but those will not keep the crickets out. Literally, I feel like we have a cricket infestation. Like, it's bad. Like, there's probably been 20 killed between me and my roommate and my friend today. So I'm just not having the best time. I've had multiple mental breakdowns today just because I can't handle the crickets. There's actually a dead one sitting on the floor right now. We just killed it. I am in the process of buying a dustpan with the long handles. Not only can I sweep them up and not get close to them, but I can also kill them with it. But I've been reading that the abundance of crickets only lasts 1 to 2 weeks. So this is the beginning of the first week. And I'm hoping it's only a week, but there's so many that I'm pretty sure it's going to be 2 weeks, maybe more. I'm okay with, like, couple crickets a week. Not okay with 20 in a day. Especially because I'm the first one awake in the morning, so I'm the one who has to kill them in the mornings. Because I know that no one else really will. I just spoke to my roommate today and asked her if she sees a cricket, please kill it. And she's been helping out a lot, and I'm so grateful for her, because I was at work today. Crickets everywhere at work. I got home, and she's like, I threw away so many crickets today, and I'm like, bless you, thank you. Like, this is not something I wanted to deal with when I go home from work. I'm very grateful that we do not have the flying crickets here like I do at work. At work, there's flying crickets. Here, there's not. I don't think I'd be able to handle the flying crickets. I would constantly be in tears. But yeah, no, I've been using Raid to kill the crickets. It works really well. We think my roommate has an allergy to it, so I feel kind of bad because it was sprayed in our bedroom. So she's currently at another building, and I'm assuming it was unlocked because she hasn't been back for a while. So today I went to my U.S. schools class, then I did some work in the student center, and then I went to my Math for the Child class. Did some more work in the student center while I went to lunch, and then with the Spanish, I went to ESL, took a test, and came back here. Found the cricket on the kitchen counter when I was trying to make lunch really quickly before work, because I only had about 30 minutes before work to get ready and all that. I keep hearing noises, and like, it doesn't help that the fan's on, but I want to keep the fan on to air out the room from the smell of the Raid. But yeah, I saw a cricket on the kitchen counter. Took forever to die once I sprayed it, because I didn't spray it too heavily because it's on the kitchen counter. Yeah, I was like, you know what, no. And so I went to Sonic, because you know what, I deserve it. I've had a hard day. So right now I'm just trying to take every precaution just to limit the amount of crickets. I'm keeping the lights off as much as I can, because I found out they're attracted to lights. Who would have known? I've been keeping the lights on to keep roaches away. Now I gotta kind of choose between crickets and roaches. But, again, haven't seen a roach. So, we're just gonna choose crickets for now. So lights are off right now. Today's the first day I'm seeing them in the actual bedroom. They're not welcome here. They're not welcome in my apartment at all. They don't pay rent. They're especially not welcome in my bedroom. Because there's so many places they can hide in here. Like, I got my stuff in here. Don't come out here. But yeah, I have field experience bright and early tomorrow morning. It's my last one until next Wednesday. Because the rodeo is coming to town. And so students get off on Friday for the rodeo and then, or fair. I've been hearing fair, and then all of a sudden I saw an ad for it was like fair and rodeo. And I'm like, okay, so y'all don't call it a rodeo? Okay. Like, this is a super country town and they don't call it a rodeo. Even Austin calls it a rodeo. Homecoming's this week, so I gotta stay here this weekend. Thinking about going back Saturday night, because I really can't be alone through all this. I can't, especially if it's this bad. Once it starts slowing down, I'll start staying here on the weekends, but I just can't do this. My anxiety's sky high. Today when I was making my breakfast after I killed 3 crickets, because I killed one, turned around, there was one, turned around, there's another one. And then I was leaving and I found 2 more. But yeah, I was making my breakfast and I was shaking. And I was shaking just doing the dishes and things like that. I'm not having the best time. Literally, my homework is taking a back seat. I'd rather just, eat and go to sleep so I don't have to deal with the crickets. Because when I'm asleep, I don't have to deal with them. I don't have to see them. I don't have to worry about them. I'm not thinking about them when I am asleep. So, but yeah, I don't even know if I'm going to wake up in the morning to do makeup. I'm going to try. I hate to give up this early, but just the crickets are super discouraging me doing anything. But my roommate cleaned a little bit before she left, so hopefully crickets will just not be in here. Like, go to another apartment. Why do you have to come to mine? Like, I want to talk to someone else that's not my friend. Like, someone else on the bottom floor and see if they're having a cricket issue, or if it's just my apartment, or what. So, I hate this. I'm like, y'all crickets can go to, like, an uninhabited apartment. Go party in there. No one's gonna kill you. You're gonna have a great time. So yeah, like, my stomach's literally in knots right now, just thinking about it and talking about it. This is a really long clip, but it's my only vlog of the day. I still have Hot Pockets over here that I have not even touched. I knew I was gonna be hungry at some point. I'm kind of hungry. But I also wanted to wait as soon as, or as late as I could to eat, so that I limit the amount of time that I have to go out there, because I'm honestly scared to walk out there tomorrow morning, because again, field experience at 8 a.m. so I have to be out there the first one. My other roommate who's in the other room, I don't see her ever, but I don't know, I may send her a text and like, hey, if you see any crickets, please kill them or get rid of them or something, because I might just explain my anxiety, because this is definitely not a one-person job. I've been fine. I've managed with the crickets for the last week, because I've seen like maybe one a day, if that, but they're starting to pick up, and I'm not okay with it. Straight up just not having a good time. I'm literally like constantly like scanning the perimeter of everything. I'm terrified to look under my bed. I'm not even gonna try. Not even gonna look under my bed. Nope. If I see a cricket under the bed, I'll take care of it, like if it's in eyesight, but I'm not looking along this wall. That's not my business. That's not my problem. We don't gotta do that. I've been in contact with my parents, and I think they're gonna be looking for stuff to help with crickets. I texted someone in the senior dorm, which I'm planning on moving into next year, and she said that they don't have a bug issue, so it's just like the dorms I've been in the last 2 years. There's crickets outside the dorms, and then like maybe like around the entryway, but they don't really make it past that into the rooms, and neither do really any of the other bugs. Oh, I keep hearing noises over there, and I have the heebie-jeebies. Literally, like every little something that touches me, I'm like, ah. But yeah, this is pretty long. I'm probably gonna end it here. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye. Don't know where my iPod is, what I film the vlogs on. I'm really hoping it's in my car, because right now it's the only place it could be. I'm hoping I didn't lose it, because that'd be bad. So I'm making it on my webcam, so it's gonna be shaky and it's gonna be bad quality. I'm sorry, but I'll try to make this quick. I went to Field Experience today, bright and early in the morning, and found out my teacher is the team lead, and so she has training Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And Monday wasn't a problem because they already don't have school Monday. But she's gonna be on Wednesday too, which was the only time I can go next week, because next week, Thursday and Friday is our fall break, and so I'm gonna be home, and I don't want to drive down here. And I did give myself a buffer week, so I'm just gonna go a day into that buffer week. I've had multiple anxiety attacks from all the crickets. This is like day 2 of their invasion. I'm gonna try to go home tomorrow, where there's not this issue, just to avoid as much as I can. Unfortunately, homecoming's on Saturday, and so I do have to be back here. So my plan is go home tomorrow, and then come with my parents on Saturday, and then hopefully go back home Saturday, stay tonight, and then go to work on Sunday. But yeah, I just really don't want to be here. It's not good for my health. I started crying earlier, and I couldn't stop for a good 10 minutes. It was really bad. Again, I'm grateful to my roommate, my best friend, who is cleaning up the dead crickets. I walked in, and all the crickets I saw this morning were gone. Almost all of them. I don't know. There was one that was by the back door, and I don't know if that one was one from this morning that she didn't grab, or if it's a new one. But then I also did see one in the living room. And I'm hearing chirping out there. I don't know if it's like a hidden cricket or if it's like outside. I would much prefer it to be outside. So I sprayed Raid along just a line in front of the back door, and then I sprayed it a line in front of the front door, and then I sprayed a line in my doorway of my bedroom. And so hopefully that will help keep these creatures at bay just until I can get out of here. I'm really scared when I come back, what I'm going to come back to. Yeah, hopefully my plan is to not return until Monday, like after classes. So that's currently my plan. I don't know how well it's going to work, but we'll see how it all works out. It's been bad. I literally haven't been able to do any homework because my anxiety's been through the roof, and so I just really need to go home. I was up every hour last night. My anxiety was waking me up, but I refused to open my eyes. I'm like, if I see a cricket, I'm not gonna be able to sleep until I get up and kill it, and I don't feel like doing that 2, 3, 4 in the morning. So I would wake up and I would like look at the clock, and then I'd shut my eyes and I'm like, nope, not gonna look, not gonna look, not gonna look, not even going to try. Luckily woke up and there was no cricket in here that I could see, so that's good. I'm not really looking high and low for them, because if there's dead ones under a bed or a couch or something, that's not my issue. It's dead, it's dead, or it's on the brink of death or whatever. So if I can figure out how to insert a picture. There were a bunch of crickets in front of my door when I came back, and I was gonna ask my friend to bring me a broom, but she was an orchestra. So I had to get in there. Luckily, I had my tennis shoes on today, because if I had my flip-flops, I would not have been able to do this. But I just started kicking them away from the door. I would have been able to step over them. I think they were all pretty much dead. None of them really, like, tried to jump away or anything when I was kind of stomping around them just to try to stir some up. But they weren't moving. Some of them were kind of twitching and, like, trying to hobble away or something. But, yeah, so I think what my friend did is she just kind of took all the crickets that were in here and dumped them right outside our door. But yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. If I find my iPod, hopefully I'll update you guys tomorrow, which means I'm probably going to end the vlog early since I'm going home on Thursday. I might vlog a little bit of my Friday. It's not going to be very much fun. It's going to be homework and getting my blood drawn. So I'll talk to you guys later. Good news, y'all. Found my iPod so I can vlog on a good quality camera again. It is currently Thursday, October 10th, 9:44 a.m. and I am headed to class later than usual. My 8 a.m. was canceled this morning. We have a midterm next week, so she gave us the day to study, which means for me, sleep. Yeah, I'm headed to the gym right now, and then I'm gonna go to my math for child class. I'm gonna work on some homework in there. But yeah, I'm definitely going home tonight. I just don't feel comfortable here with these crickets. I want to go home and relax. I can't relax here, and I need that for this weekend. So that's what's going on. I'll probably have my parents come with some solution and help me on Saturday to limit the crickets. There wasn't that many in my apartment this morning. I only found 2, one in the bathroom, or 3 technically. One in the bathroom, 2 at the front door. So I'm starting to see less, which is good. Kind of chilly this morning. It's about 79 degrees or so. Nice wind. I wore a tank top, it's supposed to be in the 90s. Again. Yeah, I don't trust weather, so I'm not wearing a t-shirt today. So I am thoroughly tired. Got to bed at a decent time and still tired. My body's used to waking up early now. It doesn't mean I'm not tired when I wake up early, but I woke up at about 8:30 and just laid down for too long. So now I barely have time to go to the gym, much less do some homework. So, which is why homework's being done in my class. I'll update you guys later. I guess there's not really much to say first thing in the morning. I've been waiting for like 5 minutes to start this video because Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen came on, and that's my song, and if you've ever heard that song, you know it's long. I went to my math for a child class, and then I went to lunch, and there was some fiasco at lunch. My friend's roommate lost my friend's ID. It was a whole big thing, but she got her ID back, so. And then I went to Spanish, and hopefully everything will be posted soon because midterm grades are due by like Monday, so hopefully she'll post everything. Because I have 2 tests that are not put in, but they're put in for everyone else. Oh, so I was emailing my professor during my Spanish class, my math for child professor, because we have to write a math lesson plan. And the topic I chose was representing multiplication with equal size groups and repeated addition. Now, I know nothing about math, And I had no idea what that meant. I only picked that topic because I knew what arrays were and I knew what a few other things were, but she didn't want me to represent multiplication that way. She wanted me to do equal size groups and repeated addition. So, I was looking for a replacement, and I was emailing her topics and see if like those would work, and she's like, no. And so I was like, well, are you gonna be in your, like, I emailed her one and she said no, and I'm like, okay, well, I have a few more, but I don't want to keep emailing back and forth. And so I emailed her again, and I'm like, are you gonna be in your office anywhere between 3:30 and 4? Because my class technically ends at 3:45, but he usually lets us out early. And she's like, I will stay until 3:30 if you come. And I'm like, look, I got this class at 2:30 to 3:45, and he usually lets us out early around 3:20, 3:30, but there's no guarantee. And so I got out of Spanish a few minutes early, so I like ran across campus to the building, and I went to her office and she was on the phone, and I'm like, okay. And I dropped my stuff off in my class first, and my friend came with me because she needed to talk to her as well. And then someone else joined us, and I was like, yeah, she's on the phone, I'm gonna wait for 2 minutes and see if she gets off the phone. And she didn't, and so I just kind of peeked my head in, and then she like hung up the phone call, and I talked to her. And I also so at first I brought up the idea of multiplying up to 10 times 10, and she's like, no, that wouldn't work because we're doing the 5e lesson format if you've done that before. So then I was like, okay, well, what about, I think I said something about estimation, could we literally just learn that in class today? And she's like, oh, that still wouldn't work with the 5e format. And I'm like, okay, well, what about 3D shapes, identifying and sorting? And she's like, yes, that would work perfectly. And I knew it would because my friend's doing it. And we had to run all of our ideas by her at the beginning of the year. And so I was like, okay, and I started kind of developing that in my ESL class. But then I sit at a really bad spot. It sucks because everyone gets to class early on the first day. I end my Spanish class at 2:15, and then I have class at 2:30 across campus. And so I kind of, like, luckily there was still a spot at the table that I wanted to sit at with my friend, but now my back is to the classroom, and so I sit literally right in front of the professor's computer. So I can only be on my computer when he is across the room, which happens a lot because we're doing presentations all year, and so he sits across the room for presentations because that's where there's an open seat. So he was standing behind me a lot today, and so I didn't get to do much on my computer, which kind of sucked, but it's fine. I went to the student center with my friend to the information booth area, and she picked up her ID because it was returned there. And then I was like, you know what, let me just check my mailbox. I check my mailbox like anytime I'm in the student center, even though I know I'm not getting anything. 2 package slips, and I'm like, I haven't bought anything. And so I go, and he brings out a big box and a smaller box, and the smaller box has like that electrical warning. I'm like, I know what this is. So it was my long-handled dustpan and my computer battery. So luckily I'm going home today, so my dad's gonna replace that for me. I brought it with me, and I assembled the dustpan, and I swept up all the dead crickets. Luckily they were all dead, but with that one I can also smash them with that thing. It locks into place down because it flips up, but it locks into place down, so I can just smash crickets with it. And also I drug my laundry basket out from under my bed, and I picked it up and I took it out to the car, and when I came back there was a dead little beetle or roach or something, and I'm like, fun! Now I gotta deal with more. So I don't know, if I don't get a notification that they pest sprayed by Monday, I'm gonna put another request for pest spray. Because they sprayed my friend's apartment the same day she requested it. Or the next day, like the next morning. So I really want my apartment sprayed because she said it helped a little bit. I'm so tempted. I'm really gonna think about it, and I'm gonna talk it over with people about moving into the senior dorm. The juniors can also stay in, but I don't want to live in these apartments anymore. I just really don't like them. They're so far away from campus, and yeah, I don't want to live here anymore. So I'm gonna talk about it with my roommate, and I'm gonna talk about it with my parents. I'm gonna talk about it with my friend, and I might start talking to Res Life about it. But I've heard good things about about the senior apartments. I'm gonna keep asking my friend kind of questions because she lives there right now, just so I can get like answers. Which like kind of sucks because I won't really see my friend much. I don't know. I'm thinking about it because my anxiety is sky high. As I was sweeping up the crickets, I like started crying and I was shaking for a good while after I swept up the crickets. So I know cricket season is really short in Texas, which is good, but then there'll be roaches. I'm gonna ask her if I'm gonna ask my friend if she's ever seen a roach in the senior dorms, because I don't want to deal with roaches. And then, maybe if I live in the senior apartments next semester, I can stake my claim senior year, and I can make sure I get it. I think you have like what's called squatters' rights. I don't know if those are just for the apartments or not, but yeah. Don't really know what else to say. I've got my road trip snack, and I've got some water. I'm getting blood drawn tomorrow, so I'm trying to drink more water. So it's easier to get my blood drawn. You can see the trash in the back, and then in the very back, behind the seats, is all my stuff. Okay, you can kind of see the bag back there. But yeah, so I might update you guys later tonight, depending. I'm making this video for 10 minutes, yikes. I'm gonna update you guys tonight depending on what I do. My boyfriend said he's gonna take me on an ice cream date, so that's fun. Yeah, so I'll talk to you guys later. I keep trying to switch my iPod to play music, but good music keeps playing on the radio. There's a commercial right now, so I'm going to change it real fast before another good song comes on. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and end this vlog here. Give the video a little like if you enjoyed, and leave a little comment letting me know how you liked it, what I can change, what else you want to see on my channel, things like that. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also hit the notification bell so you are notified when I update. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.